Do you want it to record the meeting?
Oh yeah, please.
All right, so this is our project. It's a smart escrow for collaborations. It's called CollabProof. My name is Zach.
I'm Brendan.
My name's Jade. I'm Pranav.
I'm John.
So the first slide is about the business problem that we're trying to solve. As of today, a lot of small creators deals run off trust rather than contracts. Brands take on the risk of the creators doing a good job, and then the creators take on the risk of a brand paying them out when they say they're going to and how much they say they're going to. So we have a deal, example here of a coffee shop that's offering a free product, $50 to a student creator in exchange for a TikTok or a Reel post. The brand's risk is that the creator can take the product or payment and not post. The creator risk is that the creator posts the content and then has to chase the payment themselves or is never paid. As of today, there's no shared proof layer. DMs aren't contract and Venmo is not escrow. So the problem that we're trying to solve is basically just the trust between the brands and the creators. The next question is why blockchain? So the process today is manual, slow, and not very clear. There's often payment delays. Invoices are done manually, and there's very limited visibility. With CollabProof, we have funds locked in escrow, so money's already there. There's smart contracts, so there's terms that is agreed to. And that way, the money could be dispersed once the job is done. There's a transparent approval trail, so everything's visible and easily audited. And then there's a low fee settlement. So we're using blockchain, basically just to solve the trust issue between the two.
So now the solution to the problems that we just mentioned is just like overarching 3 steps. We start by having like brands put money in escrow online using a smart contract, and then once the creators make the content and then they post a link to those content, the funds get released. The funds don't get released just if you submit the video. It has to go through an approval process. So that's one of the big things. Not any video gets approved. The brand will use the content, and only the approved content will have the funds released. Going more into what that entire process and the business looks like. So first, whatever brand is seeking marketing or promotion, they submit a brief on the platform mentioning that these are the requirements, this is what they're needing. Once the brand submits a brief, the content creators go through it and then they accept the brief, they make their content. Once their content is made, they then just provide like a hash of their video that they uploaded or a link to the video that they uploaded. And then the brand goes through that video. So they compare what they initially requested for and what they submitted. And that entire approval process takes place. And if the brand approves the video, then the payment funds are automatically released. So there's no late invoices, no late payments, and it's a proof that stuff has been posted from the content creator side. So that eliminates the risks for the brand. There's also, if the brand denies the video, there's an entire dispute process that will go in further detail.
Now, speaking a little bit more on the validation process, uploading content alone is not what triggers payment. Uploading content that the brand is asking for is what does. So initially, as John said, the submission proof that happens, the posted URL goes up, there's a timestamp, the hash, just to check to make sure that both sides are in agreement. Then an API check will occur, essentially just to make sure that you are who you say you are, the correct account is submitted, that the post is where it needs to be. The brief checklist that John mentioned that Pranav will dive into a little bit more when we get into the actual smart contract. And then the brand will actually review it, meaning this isn't some AI checklist, this isn't some just, set it and forget it. This is actually someone from the brand validating, hey, this is where our money's going to, this is what we want, this is what we're paying for. The benefit of having all this being in blockchain is the fact that all of it's stored on chain, all of it, including the decision history, the record, brand approval is required, then the money is released. Now, the brand doesn't approve, so you look toward step 2 up there. When the brand reviews it, they'll have 2 options. Number 1, revides. Let's say a content creator submits an AI generated video. However, the brand wasn't asking for an AI generated video. In fact, they actually specified in their checklist, we don't want AI. We want you to create something for us. But an AI generated video is submitted nonetheless. The content creator would then get asked by the brand, say, hey, we saw you submitted some content for us, but it didn't match up with our checklist. Now, if it is AI, the content creator can revise, say, oh my gosh, this is completely my fault, go back and resubmit it. Or if they actually had created it, they would be able to dispute it, which would introduce the concept of an arbiter, but also introduce an opportunity for both sides to compare evidence, saying, hey, I did create this. This is actually my content. From there, the brand can move on with the approval process or denial process. No matter what, whether it's full payment or no payment, all of it is recorded in escrow history.
All right, now how does CollabProof make money? We have two main ways we make money. First, we start with a 5% transaction fee on all deals that we do. This will be brought down, but I'll get on that later. Also, we have a subscription model where if you make a long-term contract with us, you'll get a much better rate for that. So if you have the 5% transaction fee, after every 10 contracts you have with us, you'll get a 0.5% reduction. So after 20 transactions, it'll be down to 4%. The lowest rate will be 2.5%. And so essentially we're incentivizing loyalty there, reasons for companies to stick with us. And most bigger companies will have that lower rate since large companies have tons of contracts that need to be done.
Yeah, now I'm going to talk about the sustainable token design. So basically in CollabProof, we have two different tokens which manage two different things. The first is USDC, which is, I'm sure you heard of, is a stable coin with respect to the US dollar. So it's not volatile like all these other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, all that. So you're going to get, if you have $150, you're going to get $150. It's not going to change tomorrow. So that's how the payment will be released. And the second part is CollabProof, which is our own token where for verified campaigns, you get those bonuses, all the discounts, and you can stake those tokens to become arbitrage on the chain and get those rewards back when you help solve a dispute for the CollabProof. And that incentive that we get from a revenue model, like Zach mentioned, that's going to be used to burn more tokens so that the price of the token increases, which incentivizes more investors to join into CollabProof. And now I'm going to talk about smart contract demo. This is our code that actually runs the whole thing. So I can walk you through an example. Like let's say a brand creates a campaign that locks in $150. So what they're going to do is they're going to put in those $150 into the smart contract called escrow. And what it's going to do is like, hey, we have this $150. Whoever posts that TikTok, let's say an editor, is going to post the TikTok, and he's going to use that hash number to which he will post it with a link back to the brand. And once the brand approves it, you're going to get the money. But let's say the brand says, hey, it looks good, but I want some revisions in it. I want something to be changed. They could get back to the editor, and the editor then will do some revisions on it, and then it can redo the process to get the money. And after that, let's say the editor says, hey, I did the job, but I didn't get, you didn't approve me. And the brand editor says, no, you didn't do the job. And there's a whole dispute, which they're not coming to an agreement on. So then they can go to the open dispute thing where they put up a little bit of money, let's say $10 on the amount of money their whole contract was, a percentage of that, $10 each, and they do a dispute, then that money will be used to go towards arbitrage. So what the people who have staked their tokens on the chain will have voting rights on it. So whoever they vote forward to, the majority will win. So it's never centralized. It cannot be biased towards if the company has more money or the client or anything like that. And then whoever wins, the payment will be released to them.
All right, now in terms of risks, one big risk that every company faces is just starting up. You start with no clients. So what we're going to do first is stay around the St. Louis University area and the St. Louis area in general. And we're going to reach out to companies around here to try to make deals with us. This will lead to more and more deals happening, and we'll be able to expand from there. Then we have subjective approval. Essentially what this means is we're going to have a contract where it says no copyright, no this is what we want, this is what we don't want. So it'll be very easy to decide if the the contract have met or not. And then AI content, we're also gonna have another contract where it just says, are you okay with AI content? Are you not okay with AI? This way, when we're going through the content, we can tell exactly if it's in line with what the customer wanted or not.